Good morning to you all. I'm Professor Tamila Jayasinghe, Professor of Food Science and Technology, and I'm the course coordinator of the Principles of Food Science course module, FST 1324. And first of all, I wish you all a very happy New Year and a corona-free New Year, and also the very successful New Year. Though you are at home at the moment and studying uh, online. I think a few weeks back, I have shared the course overview of the principles of food science. I hope that you all have gone through it by now and get some idea of how we are going to manage the course in this year. Yeah, basically, there are 45 lecture hours and 30 hours we allocated for practical session, and the course will be evaluated under the continuous assessment as well as at the end of the semester. The formative assessment is there, and with the practical examination. Therefore, the classes as well as the practical sessions, all all are very important, and I hope that you will put your much interest as well as the focus to learn these principles of food science, because principles of food science is the basics of the food science and technology. First of all, let's see what is the definition of food science. It is a kind of a scientific study. Sometimes you may think that the food science is a kind of a home science, or the cooking something at the home and eating kind of thing. No, it's a scientific study of the raw materials and their behavior. Now, when we consider about the raw material, so the milk also the raw material, or the grains are raw material, some leaves, some fruits like mango, banana, whatever things, those are the raw materials. But when you think about those things when we consider these raw material, for the example, let's say banana or the mango, there is 80% of water is there, and also the fibers are there, vitamins are there, because there are some colors even, that means the pigments are there. So these kind of things we call as the some composition, or the some kind of the uh, component of the food material. Therefore, when we talk about the raw material, but raw material is not just a one thing. It's a combination of the different components. Those are we call as a raw material. Sometimes in those raw material contain, for example, meat, there are some protein content is high. In some kind, let's say the fruits, there are carbohydrates content is high. For the grains, the carbohydrates also content is high. Let's say the soya beans, the protein content is high, kind of thing. And also when we talk about the vegetables, the water content is high. So the kind of thing, there are the raw materials. The raw materials are available with a different percentage of the components. So therefore, accordingly, that their behavior will be changed. For example, it's a physical behavior. It's how those are behave. It's a physically how it's behave, and the chemical behavior or the biochemical nature of the foods. Those things are really different uh, to the product. Therefore, under the food science and technology, we are learning the scientific study. Scientifically, we learn these things, how this raw material behavior will be changed during the formulation or the processing, packaging, storage, and evaluation. What is the formulation? For example, let's see now when we talk about the sausage is not a meat, not the 100% meat product. There are 60% meat, and the water also there, and some kind of chemical components are there to get the color or the texture or the kind of thing. Lot of ingredients are there in the sausage. So during formulation, these things will be changed, and therefore we have to learn about this scientifically. It's we call food science. And also when we talk about the cheese or the yogurt, let's say now the processing is different, because the yogurt is not the milk. Yogurt is a fermented milk. So we introduce some kind of bacteria, lactic acid bacteria, and therefore we reduce the pH. Therefore, the milk coagulated, and finally it come as a very nice nice product as with a nice smooth texture and kind of thing. If you have tasted different type of yogurt in the market, let's see, the Fontera is producing some kind of yogurt, Ambivella and CIC, or the or some uh, minor the small scale products companies, they produce yogurt. There are a lot of the type of the yogurts in the market. When you tasted each and every things, you can see that you can feel that those are not same kind of taste or same kind of smoothness is not there. Kind of different processing texture, processing technology they are using, different type of bacteria inoculum they are using. Therefore you will end up with the different type of yogurt. So therefore the raw material is sometimes the same, but when the processing is different, you will end up with the different type of products. Even when we consider about the cheese in the market, different type of cheese are there. Therefore the processing is totally different. That's why you will end up this kind of cheeses, mozzarella cheese or the hard cheese or the kind of soft the spread cheese kind of things are available. When we talk about the packaging even, so let's see, think about the fruit products. Let's say mango, that the mango even we can produce in a different type of product. There are concentrated mango juices available, and dried mangoes are available, or the chutney is available, mango jam is available, and product to product, the packaging, what kind of packaging they are using, those things also change. And also the storage also change. Some products we have to keep it consider about the sausages or the yogurt or the dried mango or the rice or those things, the storage condition also the different. And therefore the those things we have to study very scientifically, not in like just go to the market and looking at that and what's the packaging or it's good or not kind of thing. Therefore you have to study it very scientifically. Then we call this food science is involved there. And therefore according to the evaluation of the product, the behavior, we also have to evaluate as a, we have to consider, especially it's a consumer food product, not for just a product. It's a consumer food product because once you eat this product, it will not be not giving any kind of harm to the person, the consumer person or the animal or whatever the situation. So once you consume the product, it will not giving any kind of harmfulness to you. Then that is why we want to do this study very scientifically, and that's why we call it a food science. uh, Please don't mix up with the home science and food science, or the cooking or the food science. Those are two different things. Food science are a scientific study of raw material and their behavior. We can consider the physical behavior, chemical behavior, biochemical nature of foods during formulation, processing, packaging, storage, and evaluation as a consumer food product. Now, when we talk about food science, even our department name is food science and technology. That means the food science and the technology is very together. The two words, these words are coming very together. And what is it? The food technology is the application of food science to the selection, preservation, processing, packaging, distribution, and use of safe, nutritious, and wholesome food. Then, as I mentioned you earlier, that the food science is the scientific study, the technology is the application of food science. So, therefore the even the selection of the product, we have to think about that. For example, so the when we talk about the milk also can be let's say spoil very soon. Therefore, if we are going to select that product for the as a raw material, the milk, we have to select the very fresh one, very good one, not the spoiled one. Then only we can come out with the real product what we want to prepare. In the case of fish, so even in the market that there are dry fish are available a lot, but sometimes they have not used the correct raw material to prepare the uh, dry fish. Therefore, in such situation, that the final product cannot be kept for a longer period, so it will be getting some kind of soft nature, and then pest attack can be there and kind of thing. In the other case, let's say now in the case of mango, if we are going to use the mango as a dried mango product or for the jam preparation, we can't use that the unripened mango. We have to use the ripe mango. If not so, you can't come out with the very correct product at the end. Therefore, the application of food science to the selection of the product is there. And the preservation technique, what kind of techniques we are going to use to preserve the product. For example, we can dry it, or we can use the salt, or we can use some chemical. We can prepare the sugar. We can add the sugar to prepare a jam, and that's also the preservation techniques. So the processing also there. The cheese production or the sausage production, those are the processing. Then when we talk about the packaging, there are a lot of packaging material available. Some products are the, for example, when we talk about the packaging, some are the glass bottles, some are the metal cans, some are the flexible pouches, some are the Tetra Pak, and kind of different packaging materials are available. Then we have to select that what material is suitable for this product to package it for it's whether that packaging we are use the what kind of package is suitable for the distribution of the product, and whether the product is safe with that packaging material, or the whether we can keep it for a longer time, kind of thing we have to think. So those are the, so food science thinking is the food science, application is the food technology. I think now you can get some idea about what is it. When we talk about the processed foods and ultra processed foods, now you can see in this picture a lot of type of processed foods are there. One picture shows that the all kind of the dairy, most of the dairy products and the meat products, and the other one is the different type of products put in the different type of packaging material. So the shelves and shelves filled or the loaded with the different type of processed products. So when compared to the processed products and the ultra processed foods, those are two different things. And therefore, you have to. Here I will give you some activity at the find out what is the difference of the processed foods and the ultra processed foods, and give some example for each and the in the both categories. So you can prepare the first write the process, what is the introduction of the processed foods, and give some example. Then prepare the ultra processed foods, and then write down the what is ultra processed foods. Then give some example. Even you can give some pictures and upload this small assignment to the LMS. So we will check it whether you have got the point correctly. Then you know up now what is the definition of the food science, and what is the definition of the food technology. See, what is food science then? The definitions we know. Then out of that we can get the what is the food science. Now, as I mentioned you earlier, the product development or the processing, preservation, product storage, sensory evaluation, food analysis, quality assurance, food regulation, the food science is the mix of all those kind of things. But we have to learn it one by one. But finally, we will apply these kind of as a food technology. So therefore these all sections will be covered under the food science. So when we talk about the scope of the food science and the what area we will cover the food under the food science and technology. So there are a lot of areas, but here I have mentioned only few areas that the microbiology also covering by the food science and technology. Then because there you know that there is a kind of good microorganisms and the bad microorganisms. So what are the good microorganisms? For example, when we talk about the yogurt preparation, we use the good microorganism. That is why we can finally get the yogurt, cheese, these kind of things we get because of good microorganisms. And what are the bad microorganisms? The bad microorganisms always give us a kind of hazard or the harm. For example, salmonella or the different type of these you know that there are a lot of type of microorganisms are there, and those are we call that we those microbes give the foodborne diseases. So therefore those microbes are not good. So when we when we use the food science or the technology, we have to think about how we can eliminate these kind of bad microorganisms and how we can keep the good microorganisms, because those microorganisms are good for our gut health. And then when we talk about the nutrition, so the nutrition, basically we take products or we eat products because we very conscious about the whether this product is nutritious or not. So therefore during our preparation or the processing or the storage or the distribution packaging, so we have to think about whether we can keep the nutritious condition of the nutritious properties of the product as it is. So therefore we think about that the maximum or the very high level to keep this product in a good nutritious condition. And also we have to think about the chemistry. So when we subjected this product to the different or the raw material to the different type of products, finally the chemistry will be changed. Inside chemistry, sometimes the pH will be going down, sometimes pH will be increased, or the kind of the things, and sometimes we add some salt, and therefore the chemistry will be changed. And sometimes we will, for example, let's say the meat, when we boil the meat or the cook the meat, it's a nature will be changed. When we cook the egg, the nature will be changed. Therefore that means the inside chemistry is changed. And therefore we have to learn those things, and those things also inside the food science and technology. Then the biology and the physics and engineering, for example, let's say that you know that tippy tip or the kind of extruded products are available. So the when we prepare this kind of product, actually engineering is involved, because we use the extruders, we use high pressure, and thereby finally the product will be coming out as a puffy product. For example, soy meat you eat a lot, I think. Therefore, those kind actually engineering is involving. In the other case, now let's say the Tetra Pak, the milk and some Milo, Nestle, the different type of Tetra Pak products are available in the market. So those things are coming out in the market because of the engineering is involved. For the other things, the sausage, or when we consider, once you go to the supermarket, these days you can't go to the supermarket, however, so even in the internet or the web, you can find out a lot of type of product. Then think about it. These products are not as a as a it is not a raw material, but it's a processed product. So therefore, without engineering, even you can't come out with this kind of product. For example, milling. So now there are the string hopper mixture, the rice flour. These are available in the market, and you also your home, your mother, or whoever the person they are prepared the bread even. So the engineering is involving. Therefore, we have to, in the case of bread preparation, even you can't just get the bread because of from the wheat flour. There is a processing is involving, and the engineering is involving. You have to finally bake it, and the chemistry is there. You have to put the leavening agent and these kind of. They are finally baking. Only after you prepare the dough, after you bake it, the engineering your product is coming out. If you are just putting the leavening agent and the wheat flour together, and just mix it, you can't get the real bread, right? Therefore, a lot of engineering is there before we come to the end, kind of product. So the time being, we can learn this kind of thing. When we talk about the application of food science and technology, as I mentioned you earlier, so the processing is mainly it's involving, the storage also involving, because we have to keep the product in the correct temperature. If not, the product will be spoiled. And the preservation even, then the use even, the what kind of temperature you have to use it, what are the other ingredients you have to use it, whether you have microwave it, boil it, or they just steam it, or whatever the thing. You have to think about that. What is the combustion of the product? Whether once we cook it, whether the nutrients combustion will be changed or kind of thing, and even distribution. You have to think about that, whether you have used the correct packaging material. So the mixture or the blend of all kind of things we can say it's application blend of all the things coming out to your home, and it's a application of food science and technology.